Haven't we all had to do one of those dreaded job interviews for a job we may really want or just need at the time to make some extra dollars? I definitely have, and let me tell you about the time when I was doing a job interview for a very important step into the next part of my career. I was trying to get a job as a wildland firefighter for the United States Forest Service. I started this whole process with an application that I sent to them that felt like I had just thrown a Hail Mary across the entire football field. It all started when I'd been preparing myself physically by exercising like a mad dog because I believed that's what I needed most, but really, it was the mental aspect I needed to understand and work on. As time went on, I approached the day of the job interview, and boy was I as nervous as ever. I was interviewed by the man that would be the captain for the entire season, so I knew I had to dress appropriately. As I walked into his office wearing a long-sleeve button-up, a pair of nice dress pants, as well as a new clean pair of shoes, fear and nervousness began settling into my brain and stomach. I tried as hard as I could to hold it in and greeted him with a handshake and then took a seat. He began by asking me to talk about myself. At first I was stumped and my brain wasn't working on all cylinders, and I was struggling to just talk about myself. But I began to give more eye contact to my captain and began to just talk to him as if I had done this 100 times before. I began to speak so passionately and confident about every question he asked me as if I thought this might be the life or death of me. I began using gestures with my hands that felt so natural and easy, like having open palms or using my hands as I explained something like how I loved working hard, or even just sitting up and listening to every word he actually said carefully and thoughtfully. It ended with him asking me why I would be a good fit for them, and I told him every reason why I belonged on that engine and why I would be a good fit for them. As I left the interview, I shook my captain's hand and thanked him for the opportunity to be interviewed. I then waved goodbye to the people who greeted me at the gate and everyone working. Within a couple days, I got a call back from the captain that interviewed me and told me how I would be a great fit for the engine and offered me the job. I was so thrilled and proud of myself for getting the job. As I looked back at the interview that I thought was life or death, no longer seemed so hard. But I also thought of how that interview could have gone if I didn't use the nonverbal communication techniques I've utilized. The nonverbal communication techniques I used in the interview definitely helped me feel like myself and speak more confidently. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to excel my opportunity with wildland firefighting. Nonverbal communication is a very important tool to utilize when in stressful or nerve-wracking situations that can help you feel less scared and more confident.